Hello everybody, so what are we doing today? As you've seen from the previous video, what I've done is I've started to clean the engine bay and then take the paint off. Problem I've got is I need to use my CJ Autos lift. Can't remember which model it is, but I know it weighs up to it lifts up to 1.5 tons. Cracking piece of gear. But I've had a lot of people ask me about the actual lift. So since I'm going to make it narrower, I'm going to make a video and show you how it's done. It's a bit finicky, but it's not hard. It's very, very easy. Ideally, you have more space. So you have to have the same width as the car on the side of the car, because you've got to build the frame and slide the frame underneath as well. The lift, sorry, underneath. Really, really good bit of kit. Honestly, it's fantastic. So it's made of. This is where your lifting thread is. Then you've got four rods. They're the two supported ones on the edges. The middle ones are the lifting ones. And then you've got this, that's like a paddle essentially. This actually slides as well. So it's actually adjustable. Slides backwards and forwards, depending on the width of the car. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it narrower, so it sits in the middle of the car where there's some supports as well, because then it's going to allow me to weld the sills on, because the sills are sitting on here. So all I'm going to do is just take this cover off, which I believe was from a bolt underneath. Disconnect this side, separate this from there, take those off, put the shorter pieces in, which are these, and then bolt it back together again, and literally that is it. It takes a good 20 minutes or so. I'm going to fast forward it and I'll show you what I've done. Okay, so that exposes the threaded rod, if you like. There's obviously threads in both ends. It's quite good because you can lift it from either end, left or right. Very, very handy. So I'm going to get some Allen keys, probably a size 4 I think, and a angle spanner. I'm going to do that first. I'll just keep moving along really. I'm really cautious, I'm being really careful because as you can see I've got glass, my boot. I've got nowhere to put the boot at the moment. So it's resting on the metal, but I'm really cautious of damaging that, so I'm going to be very, very careful how it will work. Yeah, so we're just going to carry on. Let's go. is, well, not hard part, but placing it accurately into the car. And then you can't use, very important, you shouldn't use an impact. You shouldn't use an impact drill on the thread because you can damage the threads. So you either use a hand-powered drill, a hand-powered socket, sorry, or a battery-operated or an electric drill. But it's got to be quite powerful. I've got a small Ryobi one. I use it to lift like it to the car, but then it can't lift the car, it's not strong enough. So right, let's get it on place. Let's go. So there's no right there, right there. Okay, so all I've got is a Ryobi drill with a 2 amp hour battery, not very powerful to be honest, a little transitional bit to a 1/2 inch socket, 1/2 inch extension bar, 12mm socket, and then this comes with the actual it's like a key to the actual, it's like an Allen key, well that's what it is, it's like an Allen key essentially, and it comes with the frame. So I'm going to put this in. Okay, so all I've done now is I've gone to the other side to make sure that the actual paddle, if you'd like, is in the right place, because it's actually a very adjustable bit of kit. It's really, really good. So I just want to make sure it's under those support brackets there, which it isn't. So I'm going to have to move it that way a little bit. Yeah, because here's all rusty. I've got to be careful. You don't lift on a rusty panel, and then you're underneath the car and the car falls on you. So just lift it where there's a bit of a support. There's no engine or any weight in the car now, so we should be okay. Actually, move that one across. Okay. Okay, so the car's on the ramp. I'm going to go front and back. It's on wheels on the front and back, but I just want to make sure the car's semi-balanced, because what you do is you've got this little locking pin, and when you want it where you want it, you just lock this pin and the car remains horizontal. In fact, I might, because I'm going to clean the engine bay, I might just lower it there, to be honest. Okay, that's all there is to it. So the car is on the lift. There's some wheels on the back, but they're not actually holding the car up. I can move the car, I can rock the car a little bit, but it's not going to go anywhere. It's got the safety pin in, so perfectly safe. All awesome bit of kit. The only one thing that is a bit annoying is, say in this case, I've had to jig it a few times off camera to get exactly where I want it. If it's not balanced properly, the car can tip to one side until you get that pin in. So if you have somebody with you, it's not a problem, because you can lift the car like a featherweight and you can get the safety pin in. But when you're on your own, you try and lift it and get the pin in to make it level. Other than that, no criticism whatsoever. Also, I did notice as well is that it took me a lot longer to rejig the size this time as I did last time. Last time I did it horizontally. I literally rested against the wall, took it apart, bolted it back together again. It took me a quarter of the time. So I think next time, rather than build it on the floor, I'll stand it upright. It's so much easier to build that way. I'll definitely do it that way next time. Yeah, but CJ Autos, that's a 1.5 ton car lift, indispensable bit of kit. And when you finish, you can fold it away or put it somewhere else. It's fantastic.